Well, that was great. We really appreciated the opportunity to finally get started this year, and certainly we want to thank President Holloway, who has been there to support us, and we really appreciate him being there and all of you who have come out, and it means all the difference in the world. So, with that said, we want to thank all of our fans, and we will look forward to everybody cheering. And so the many sounds that we're now pumping in to the machine, and better still to the games, will be more real, and hopefully in the next couple of months to come, we're going to have some real fans, and we appreciate it.
We're going to get started with questions. If you can just direct your question to either Coach or Arella, just to let them know, and then we'll go from there. We'll start with James Kratz from Star Ledger.
Vivian, I guess how much of a relief was it to finally get out there and play? Obviously, the game gets postponed Wednesday, and it's the first time in a long time you guys have been on the court.
You telling me? This is crazy. As Arella and I were just talking, it seems like it's many years. I mean, it's like you almost forgot, the things that you've been doing all these years and all these times. You actually forgot, how you get started. I mean, the setup, as you can see where the players are sitting, and the whole thing is just really different. And we're just going to have to get used to it, but hopefully not for too long.
We'll go to Dom Savino, BTN Plus.
This is for Arella. Arella, what was it like playing today in an empty gym with cardboard cutouts and the pumped-in crowd noise?
Honestly, when I'm in the game, I don't even be seeing nothing anyway. There's so many moments I done missed last year that my teammates have to remind me, because I just be in my own zone during the game. So I didn't really I thought it was fun still. It didn't take away from the fun. I was surprised, though. I was thinking, it was going to it wasn't going to be as fun because you don't hear the fans screaming, but I had a blast with my teammates on the court today. So that was the most important thing.
We'll go to Martin Soares, Basketball Society.
Coach, just curious your initial thoughts seeing your team out there for the first time competing against somebody else in the real thing. Just kind of curious what your initial assessment was.
Let me say this. I think we try to measure our team versus ourselves, and with that said, it's difficult to do that many times. So we were talking about the great games, and we were and we should determine what things we need to do in order to play at the highest level possible. And I thought that the team did a great job of assessing for themselves, exactly what needed to happen. And we know a number of things that we can't do in a game of tremendous magnitude. So with that said, it was good. Let me just say, overall, I thought that it was a great experience and a great opportunity for all of our players to get out there and play. I was excited because I had no idea of what they would do. It just didn't, but I was really happy to see that they stepped up. They were excited and happy, and we continue to play together, and that's what's most important, for all of us.
Next question goes to Tim Califano, BTN Plus. Hey Tim, we're having trouble hearing you here. I think you're unmuted. All right, we're going to skip ahead, see if you can figure out the audio there. We're going to go to Mike from 24/7 Sports.
Hey, Coach, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Coach, today's game seemed to change on the dime as soon as you went into the 55 defense. Your veterans can play that wonderfully. Did you have what was it like to get your incoming new players who are all great scorers coming in, but maybe have not played the 55 before? In practice, do you see them all buy into the process immediately, or does it take a few practice days or a few weeks?
It generally takes a little bit of time to get into that, but quite honestly, we haven't practiced it enough so that we are comfortable and know what it's like to play it for an extended amount of time, which at the highest levels, at times we have got to play the 55 a little bit longer than what we, were actually intending to. But with that said, we were able to come up with a three-quarter court, a full press, which yielded basically the same kinds of things that the 55, did, and so that was good. But we obviously are going to use a lot of presses, and we will continue to understand that so much of our offense is generated from our defense.
Was that one of the reasons you left, or you brought the starters back in the fourth quarter, just to get them some more time since you haven't scrimmaged that much?
We haven't scrimmaged that much, and it wasn't so much the starters that needed the practice time. It was the veteran players. If you noticed that we wanted to play our veteran players a little bit longer, but we didn't. But there's too much that, quite frankly, they don't know yet. They really don't know. But they're working hard, and we hope to, within the next week or two, to get more of them prepared to play for longer extended periods of time. Because, for example, what we did today was, like an on-the-run adjustment, so that they would know that we can press like that, and we will. And I mean, everybody knows we get excited, as we should, with presses that yield, certain things. I mean, the score is up, and we get busy. But what we're trying to do all the time is, have one of our coaches that is going to let us know, and how many assists, turnovers or whatever. But it's our intention to keep as many teams as possible in the very low range of scoring, so that we can be and should be, a great defensive team. And with that, we'll follow up, being an offensive team that really looks to stay in the attack mode all the time.
Tim, you want to give your audio a shot again? Good on mute there. All right, all right. Tim's gonna text me his question. I'll come back. Ralph, Arella is here. I just want to let you know that. I know the camera's kind of tight on Coach right now, but I just want to let you know Arella is here as well. But you're up now, Ralph.
Yeah. Hi, Coach. A question first for you, Coach. I thought that your young players, Diamond, Liz, and even Stephanie Guion, they came right in and they played with super confidence right away. Tell us about that.
One of the reasons I think that they played with super confidence is that the upperclassmen really haven't taken it easy at all on them. They will tend to push them a lot, and we have to be happy about that. So with that said, as long as the upperclassmen don't satisfy themselves with just winning, just for the sake of winning, but they are going to be extremely competitive. And with that said, I think that what the players that played today knew was that, we just need to be competitive, and we can hold our own, because they've played against our own team, and we've been very, very, very competitive. So it goes without saying. I was real pleased with that. But there was a number of players that stepped in and wanted to perform. But we know what we have to do as a team. As individuals, we know what we have to do, and we're not going to be satisfied until we do those things. And when it's done the way that it should be done, then I can promise you that they will be capable of, addressing the audience and making making statements that they can back up.
And a follow-up for Arella. Arella, it seemed like maybe you forced a couple of early jumpers, then your game sort of got going just when you took the ball to the basket. And Takia maybe had some early threes as well. You guys How about kind of just from that mindset, maybe a lesson learned today was we can't settle maybe for things regardless of competition. And then eventually after that, you guys really shot a tremendous percentage.
Well, I don't really think they were forced because I work on those shots every day. There's not a shot that I took today that I've ripped 1,000 times. I think maybe it was little first game jitters. You haven't played in a while, getting the feel for the game. And we realized, okay, well, shots not falling. Let's get to the rim quick. After those couple jump shots, we felt like, the team was backing up off of us, and we've been working on those shots in practice, after practice. You just got to shoot every shot with confidence. It falls sometimes. It doesn't fall. When it's not working, you find other ways to make an impact. And I think that's exactly what me and Takia did once we realized, hey, those shots didn't fall for us. The first couple, let's get to the rim. Let's turn up on the 55. We're going to get easy points off of that. And then we're going to get back in the flow of the game. Right after the free throw line, I feel like I got the rhythm back in my shot, and we was ready to take off after that.
I think we got through the. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, Coach Stringer, one more for you. Stephanie Guion, tell me about her ascension. You brought in a lot of freshmen. She was essentially a walk-on sitting out last year for a transfer, and really has had to kind of work her way up the roster. And here she is, game one, and it looks like she's going to push for some real playing time. What has she shown you over the last year, and kind of in her skill set to be able to play what might be some quality minutes for you? To be someone that's really risen through the roster.
She is pushing for playing time, and she deserves playing time. She was one of the players that we did not give a scholarship to, but more recently I did this last week, because she deserved that. She works as hard as anybody else, and she's working hard to earn. I mean, she's a typical person that has come, respected the opportunity that she has, and has proven that hey, guess what? I might not have the names that's been associated with greatness, but I can promise you I'm going to work extremely hard. What's that? What is that?
I'm not sure what that was. That's 2020 press conferences for you. Coach,
Yeah.
coming in from Tim Califamo. He wants to know, because of the lack of fans and the lack of normal energy, how important Takia Mack's energetic style is on the court.
Let me say this: Takia Mack has had an energetic style always, and that's great. But her energy is great. It's welcomed, but it can't be at the expense of this team. And what I'm saying is that as long as she stays in the game, she stays with her mind focused, in terms of playing the defense as she should, or the offense running it as she should. But we can't get so wrapped up in the rebounds or the defense that we forget what we are there for. It's understood that we're going to play with that level of intensity and purpose, and it doesn't surprise me at all. But it's a good thing. It's something that we need, and she's more than willing to give it. I mean, I think that's what she feeds off of, and the rest of them, will do the same.
All right, everybody. Everyone get their question in. Anyone else want to get one more in? James Cratch.
Vivian, I know you asked about the younger players earlier, but how do you think Diamond did, I guess, and what was it like for you to see her kind of twist her ankle? I assume that was probably a moment where your heart's in your throat a little bit.
Yeah, I thought that Diamond did exceptionally well. She seemed very calm and confident when she went into the game, and that's the way she's been, since she's come. She like Arella appreciates, the players that are around her. She's doing, her very, very best to try to remember, because she's got a huge job, and that is that she's got to know everybody's position on the floor, and it's not easy that we would take that, just assume that's what she's doing, but she knows. I mean, she's been doing a lot of things in high school, but that's past, and so now she's got to step it up, because we know that there's going to be all kinds of defenses that are going to be played against her, and a number of things that people are going to try to do to take her out of her playing position. What did concern me is that when Zipporah Broughton, when she got hurt, or better still, when she got in foul trouble, we can't afford to have her on the bench for as long a period of time as she was, because Arella, who's also playing the backup position as a point guard, also can run the point. But I would rather that she doesn't have to play that. She did, and she has, played the point position. But keep in mind that it was Zipporah, it was Arella, and the other point guard, which was Diamond, and and the beautiful part about it is Diamond is a capable scorer. I think that you could see that, and that's good. But we also at times will be playing, Zipporah as well as Diamond on the floor at the same time. It's no big deal, because one of the things that we have had over the years is a tremendous amount of transition. Our players are capable of playing, 2 or 3 different positions. We're trying not to expose Diamond to that, because it's enough to learn what she's got to do now. So that falls in the lap of Arella, Guirantes, and as well as Zippy, and they've carried that load. So you'll be seeing them, as a 2, as a 1, and that's what's got. And then with time, and in time, then Zippy, she's going to be able to play. Diamond will be able to play those other positions. As she can play off of. There's times that all 3 of them will be in the game at the same time, and I think that we're going to have a lot of fun with that. But it's a little. We're still off a little bit.
We have time for one more. We're going to go to Sunil from Global Women's Sports Radio.
Thanks, man. Congrats, Coach Stringer, on the victory. A game of spurts, that first quarter 9-0 run, and then I said towards the end of the first into the second, that 18-0 run. Can you just talk about the defensive effort, forcing Monmouth into 30 turnovers, 18 steals, and then I think points on turnovers, 42-6. Can you just talk about the defense, especially today, Coach Stringer?
Well, defense is going to be our calling card, because one thing we do know is that you can count on the defense. There are times when the offense will fail you, but you should be able to count on defense, because it's more of an effort. And with that, I think the team knows how important that is to us. And so with them, while we definitely need, and we do know that so many of the freshmen have got to learn so many different things with us as a team, and defense being one of many things that they've got to learn. I really feel comfortable, and we're not lacking for. They're confident. They're confident. This group is confident, but we don't want to be confident and cocky, and not be. And yet, I can promise you, this team is not like that. They're a great group of young ladies who really respect what has been done before and appreciate the opportunity to get it done now. And so we haven't had any issues whatsoever with our players buying in. And I would give all credit, to the upperclassmen who have stepped in and just given a whole lot of confidence to the players as we practice against one another each day. And so it's been good, and I think that what you're going to see in the future is a lot of confidence that the upperclassmen have given to the freshmen, and we really need it, we appreciate it, and it's been very consistent. So with time, we're going to get all of those things done.